Are you starting a new business and not sure whether to set up a proprietorship or corporation? Did your accountant or lawyer already help you set up your business structure and you're not sure what it means? In this video, we will review the basics of business structures in Canada. Examples of business structures include corporation, sole proprietorship, partnership, limited partnership, and limited liability partnership. We are going to look at the most common business structures, which are proprietorships and corporations. BDC has a nice layout on their website explaining this. If you are operating as a proprietorship, your business does not exist as a separate entity. That means if you are Jack Smith and you are a general contractor, your business name is Jack Smith. Jack Smith makes all the decisions and receives all the money from customers, and the customers are paying Jack Smith. Jack Smith owns all the company assets, and taxes are filed as Jack Smith. This makes it easy to operate your business. You do not need to follow strict accounting and tax rules that a corporation needs to follow. You do not have the extra expenses or work of having different bank accounts and tax filings for your business. One of the most common reasons people decide to operate as a corporation instead of a proprietorship is because a proprietor is also liable for all debts. This means that if you close your business, all the contracts, such as office rent and equipment leases, continue to be owed by the proprietor. Similarly, if something happens in the business, the proprietor is directly liable. Let's say Jack Smith has an unhappy customer because of issues with a renovation job. That customer could take action against the business, which is Jack Smith. Since the business and Jack Smith are the same, then if Jack Smith owns property or has lifetime savings in his bank account, those assets are at risk if a customer or vendor takes legal action against Jack. A corporation is a separate entity from its owners. A corporation is owned by shareholders and can have many shareholders or a single shareholder. Many small businesses in Canada are corporations with a single shareholder or just 2 or 3 shareholders. Let's use another example of a general contracting company. The company is owned by shareholders Crystal Lee and Greg Wilson. Their company name is CG Contracting Ltd. Crystal and Greg make all the decisions. The money received from customers is paid to the business CG Contracting Ltd., not to Crystal and Greg. The company owns all the assets and is responsible for all the debts. A corporation has rules that must be followed for corporate and tax filings. The shareholders file their personal taxes separately as individuals and file a separate tax return for their corporation. Many corporations may need to retain lawyers and accountants to help with their filing obligations, which is an increased cost with operating as a corporation. If the business closes down, the corporation is responsible for paying outstanding debts, not Crystal and Greg. If CG Contracting Ltd. has an unhappy customer, that customer will be taking action against the corporation and not Crystal and Greg. Something to be aware of is that having a corporate entity does not protect shareholders against all debts and liabilities. Shareholders and directors of corporations can be held personally liable and pursued individually by banks and government organizations such as CRA. Some people may become confused whether an entity is a general partnership or a corporation. Individuals in a partnership will comment they need to talk to their business partner. Individuals in a corporation may also make the same comment that they need to talk to their business partner, referring to another shareholder. A general partnership is similar to a sole proprietorship in that it does not exist as a separate legal entity from the individual partners. A company named Jill Smith and Bob Lee has 2 partners named Jill and Bob. Similar to the proprietorship structure, Jill and Bob own any assets and are personally and collectively responsible for debts in the business. If you are starting a business or changing the structure of your current business, it would be a good idea to consult with your accountant and lawyer. You can learn more about business entity structures on the BDC and CRA websites, and the links are posted for you below. If you found the information in this video helpful, please give it a like and subscribe for more content.